Does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the
Don't you know I'm loco?
Welcome all. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports. We've got some NBA action coming up for you. This is Brian Anderson, Stan Van Gundy, and Grant Hill here with me. And in a few moments, we'll hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce. Looking at the starting five for Boston. Tatum at the 4 with Kata in at the 5. Their backcourt, Pritchard and White, and it's Brown in at the 3, the small forward. And for Chicago, Giddey is the 1 with White by his side at the 2. Buzelis out there with Nikola Vucevic. And it's Dosunmu in at the 3. And coach, that long off season is over. The NBA is back. How happy are you to hear those words?
You have no idea. I've been waiting a long time for tonight, a game that counts. How great is this?
So Boston will get the first possession. Tatum passes to White. Back to Tatum. Over Buzelis. Oh, and a beautiful feed leads to a monster jam.
There's no argument that Tatum's at his best when he's distributed.
Pass to Buzelis. Lets the 3 fly. Boston pulls it in. Last time they met in Boston.
Well, in this last matchup, they captured the win in large part because their backups provided a lot of the scoring punch.
And they came away with a win last time in large part due to their depth. Great game from their bench.
And that one drops for them.
Well, offensively, that's what you want to get. Vucevic from point-blank range.
Outside Pritchard puts up a 3. It's hauled in by White. Giddey scanning the floor. Here's Buzelis. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
And the defense has to offer more resistance. You can't let guys like Buzelis get this close to the rim.
The motor of Kobe White. Grant seems to be ready to run the entire game and then some.
Oh, totally, B.A. For someone who is quick and can jump and has a strong handle, he's got plenty of stamina. And as a guard, you trust Kobe will make those effort plays.
The Celtics have gone just 2 for 4 from the floor. The kick out to White. Back to Tatum, over Giddey. And Tatum, the bucket on the assist from White.
Yeah, no hesitation, no overthinking it. Tatum just takes the shot.
And that one's good, Giddey.
And setting the tempo with an assertive move. Like, where was the defense on that play?
Well, when you are the aggressor this early, it is intimidating.
And finished off by Tatum.
What a move by Tatum, finishing strong at the rim.
And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. Outside White. Back to Giddey. Pass to Dosunmu. Shot clock at 6. Spins. Hey, how's that for an answer? Right back with the dunk.
Just knifing his way to the rim.
He looked practically unstoppable on that play. On the wing, Tatum takes the 3. And out of bounds. It'll be Chicago ball. And a quick check now on the teams that led the league from the charity stripe a year ago. In third, Chicago.
Well, as a coach, it's a relief knowing free throws are almost automatic for your guy.
Simons is checked in for Boston. A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Thanks, Brian. Jaylen Brown is rounding out his game in all facets. He said, I definitely worked on my playmaking, just being able to see the floor, making great reads, creating for my teammates, and putting pressure on the defense. Back to you.
Allie, thanks for the report.
Well, this is why you got to keep pace with Simons, because once he's got a step on you, you're finished.
Outside White. Here's Buzelis, hounded by Tatum. Deflected! Giddy against Pritchard. Buzelis grabs the board.
Well, I'm surprised that didn't fall for him. We know that's a shot he can hit, and there wasn't much resistance either.
Vucevic's shot is off.
Not really what we expected. You know he wants that one back.
And out of bounds, it'll be Chicago ball. All right, guys, we're lucky to have Shams Charania joining us now. Our 2K insider calling in with a story. What do you got, Shams?
Well, there was a bit of uncertainty over the summer about whether the Bulls would stick with Billy Donovan or not. He also received some interest from the Knicks, but that was cleared up when the organization chose to extend him on a multi-year deal. It cements his role with the team as they continue to build. Guys, the Bulls have committed to Billy Donovan for the long haul.
He knows his stuff. Shams, thank you.
Buzelis has tremendous court vision for his age and is willing to make the extra pass.
Tatum looking it over. Shoots over to Sumu. Tatum can't hit. Chicago has gone 0 for 2 from outside. From deep, Giddy. Got a hand on it. And so it looks like the Bulls will retain possession here. For Chicago, Okoro is checked in for DeSumo, and it's Jones in for White. Garza's checked in for Boston. Pritchard comes in for Jaylen Brown. So it's Chicago now. Okoro outside. Picked by Vucevic from deep, Giddy. And he can't connect. He's 1 for 3 in this game. The Celtics have gotten 50% of their shots to fall so far. They're 5 of 10. There's a screen. Pulls it. Hands it from the wing.
Easy look when the defender isn't fighting over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
Here's Buzelis. Really played well against the Clippers in his last game. Tatum against Vucevic. Pass to Walsh. Tatum with it. 5 on the clock. And it's finished off by Tatum.
He flashes to the rim and is met with no resistance.
26 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. They've been having major problems offensively.
Definitely in a bit of a dry spell.
Jones' shot is good.
Fancy ball handling right there by Jones. At his size, he can be very elusive.
Left side Tatum. Pass to Simons. Back to Tatum. Fires for 3. And no good. So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. It's the Celtics up by 2. And back to the start of the second quarter in just a moment. And it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. All right, guys, what do you think about the Celtics here in this one?
Well, I'm really loving their activity. I mean, they're contesting shots. They've really set a strong tone early.
Yeah, well, the best way to get in the head of your opponent is through aggressive defense.
On the court for the Celtics, second quarter underway. They've got Sam Hauser. Peyton Pritchard is out there with Anthony Simons. And it's Garza in at the center position. And Anthony Simons has grown his reputation, but he still flies a little under the radar stand.
BA, he hasn't been in high visibility situations, like an epic playoff game that puts you on everyone's map. But opponents sure fear him and respect him. Well, when they're playing off you, you have to make them pay. And he couldn't.
Okoro passes to Williams. So both teams making some changes here. And we're now about a minute into this second quarter of play. Pass to Htere. 5 to shoot. Can't tie it up. That one misses. And so it's Pritchard with it. He brings it up for the Boston Celtics. They haven't allowed any points in the second quarter. They set the screen. Here's White. From the top of the key, he buries it. White's gotten his first basket of the night.
Well, for obvious reasons, this coaching staff has a lot of confidence in White running the pick and roll.
Outside Herte. Down low. There's the steal. Simons deciding where to go with it. Here's Pritchard. And so far in this one, 2 for 4.
That's how they like to see him operate. Big part of their attack.
Bulls trail by 6. Now here's Jones. He picked up 15 in their last win against the Clippers.
Yeah, and the effort on the boards last game gave them that many more chances.
Now here's Jones. 6 on the shot clock. Herte from long range. It's rebounded by Walsh. Boston leading by 6. Outside Pritchard. Over Jones. Walsh. Second chance effort. Out to Simons. 3-pointer. And so far in this one, 2 for 4.
Yeah, and Simons takes a lot of threes because he's confident in how dangerous he can be from there.
And so Billy Donovan calls timeout. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust. Well, to play great defense, teams have to provide help. But how do you avoid overhelping?
It's a great question, B.A., and it's like anything in the game. Basketball is a game of decisions. I think people look at it and they talk about athletic ability and they talk about skills, which are both important. But the best players and the best teams are the best decision makers, and the same thing goes as to when to help and when to stay home on shooters.
Here's what Boston's going with right now. Jason Tatum, he's checked in for Walsh. And it's Jaylen Brown in for Simons. Here's Smith. And it goes. As the official calls the foul, count it, and he'll shoot one more at the line. And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Celtics.
Well, they're in a great flow. The ball's moving. All those assisted buckets means the offense is running well.
You know, another thing that has impressed me has been their numbers of points in the paint, just dominating down there. They're just getting whatever shot they want in close.
Well, Stan, Joe Mazzulla's a young head coach taking over on the Celtics bench in 2022.
Well, B.A., he's got a rare intensity about him. Certainly not afraid to think outside the box, and obviously the results speak for themselves. And guys, it's no easy task defending Tatum inside. You can body him up, bump him, he'll still find a way.
A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
Thank you, B.A. Well, the Celtics have a great 1-2 punch with Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. Tatum said, JB always starts the game really aggressive. I'm a naturally laid-back guy. I kind of see things out first, and then I can essentially take over when I need to. We have found that balance. Ryan, back to you.
A dangerous duo. All right, Allie, appreciate the report. Here's Buzelis. Clock at 6. Back to Vucevic. Count the bucket, coming off a perfectly placed pass. Vucevic has got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Yeah, nice play by Buzelis, breaking down the defense and finding his team the shot.
Here's Tatum. Nice look inside from Tatum.
He's getting it done offensively, making winning plays at every turn.
The Bulls trail by 8. Giddey passes to White.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 2 minutes.
From the arc. Can't get it. 0 for 3 in this one.
Oh, love the intensity in which they're hitting the boards.
Back to White. Tatum, a screen on Giddey. Pass to Garza. And here's Brown for three. Chicago with a rebound. Giddey with it. Pritchard picks him up. Three-pointer, Buzelis. That one falls. Nice feed that time from Giddey. Giddey's got his 4th assist with that last one. Brown looking around. Oh, look out! JB throwing it down.
Well, there's some power to JB's game. He can simply go through contact.
Here's Giddey. 1:06 left to play in the first half. Pass to Vucevic. Shot is up. Second shot opportunity. Ooh, and a nice layup by Giddey.
Hey, those second chance points are found money. Tremendous effort there.
And yes, it goes. Got a little English on that one. And it's 6 points for Jaylen Brown.
They've really gotten away from the three-point shot as they've pulled out in front.
Outside Giddey. Pass to Vucevic. And the power finish by Vucevic.
Yeah, just powerful stuff for Vucevic.
Here's Tatum. And it's cleared by Vucevic. Bulls trail by 5. Here's Buzelis from deep. Sinks it from distance. Buzelis has got 8 points.
Well, when you move the ball, you open up the defense. Great job to make the unselfish play.
And here's Brown for three. That shot, no good. 1 second left. He's off on that one. And so a close game as we wrap up the first half of play. Boston out in front, up by 2. Well, now a minute to check in with Allie LaForce. She's courtside. Hey, Allie.
Well, Jason, you hold the lead going into halftime. What's been your advantage so far?
For most of the half, we were really good defensively. We let our foot off the gas a little bit, so we got to do a better job.
Keep the pedal to the metal, guys.
All right, Allie, thanks for that. We will see everyone right back after this break, ready for the second half.
Thanks for tuning in. Did you miss us? Before we discuss the game at hand, let's first check out the upcoming schedule.
You look at the Celtics, you really get to see what they're made of after your hard work in the offseason.
Yeah, you have big changes, and then you have subtle changes. Everything in preparation for this moment.
Let's switch gears to the Chicago Bulls. They're in a tight one after the first half.
I'm not seeing their activity on D. Right now, the game is close, but it could turn on them unless they up the effort.
I agree. If they let this slip away, it's because their defense let them down.
And that is going to do it for us. Let's get back to some second half action with Brian Anderson and company.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple of quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. One of the stories here, Jason Tatum. Man, is he getting it done today?
He's been dominating down low. Gotta assume they'll keep feeding him the rock.
Well, that's certainly what I'd do. Until the defense shows they can stop him, ride the hot hand.
And so it's White with it. He brings it up for Chicago. 2-point game. Giddey is the one with White by his side at the 2. Buzelis out there with Dosunmu. And it's Vucevic in at the 5 down low. That's the group for Billy Donovan getting going here in the second half. Now here's Dosunmu. Shot clock at 3 for the lead. Jaylen Brown with a rebound.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
Grant, the thing about Jaylen Brown, he doesn't need a lot of space to get his shot off.
You know, B.A., he has a quick release and rises high on his jumper. Has a great up fake and can stop on a dime. Usually all the space he needs to find his shot.
Giddey with it, picked up by Tatum. to Giddy. Beyond the arc. Boston pulls it in. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Their next game is at Barclays Center in Brooklyn for a game of the Nets. That'll be their second of 3 games total on this road trip. Stan, one thing about Jaylen Brown, he seems so composed out there.
Yeah, B.A., he's very calm. Doesn't waste energy. You love a player who's this focused and calculated.
That one misses.
And when you talk about Jaylen Brown, you have to bring up his two-way ability. He's a pure scorer who can also guard the opposing best wing. There aren't a lot of guys like Brown in the league.
And he sinks the second. Well, Stan, one thing the Bulls know they have to improve is their interior defense.
Well, B.A., look, last year the Bulls right at the bottom in opponents' points in the paint. They've got to form a functional wall and keep intruders at bay.
They're not messing around. 5 of their last 6 buckets have come from the interior. That's his shot. And one, I'm sure, he wants back.
Here's Dosunmu. Uses the glass to finish the layup. And the Bulls lead by 1.
Looks like we're starting to see a pattern here. Not afraid to get in the paint and get wet.
Brown finds Tatum. Lets it go from deep. And it's cleared by Vucevic.
Well, this is not what they envisioned coming out of the break. Missing their first 3 shots.
Pass to Buzelis. Off the mark there with a 3. Boston has gone 0 for 2 from outside here in the third. And Brown knocking down the triple.
Yeah, they get one to fall. Now 1 for 4 to start the third quarter.
Here's Giddey. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair. A 6'8" point guard, Josh Giddey's length gives him a massive advantage, Grant.
Oh, it does, B.A. He's too big for opposing ones to guard. It's tough putting a wing on him. And Giddey just makes you change your defensive game plan.
And he knocks down the first one. Stan, when you look at Josh Giddey's game, how would you best describe it?
Well, B.A., he's a triple-double threat. Taller playmaker, sees the floor well, can rebound. I love his versatility.
Both free throws good from Giddey. And last season, Grant, the sale of the Celtics franchise for $6.1 billion. It seemed like a lot at the time.
Well, yeah, that was until the Lakers sale hit 11 digits last summer, B.A. But in both cases, basketball decision-making doesn't change right away. In the case of the Celtics, the governorship doesn't transfer until 2028.
And so Billy Donovan calls timeout. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy.
Make some noise for your Chicago Bulls.
And it's the 2K leaderboard. Team leaders in blocks last season. 5th best, the Celtics.
Well, they played great defense last season. They had great rim protection, and they were very disruptive.
over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. Stripped away. White against White. White can't hit.
Yeah, we're not used to seeing him get bottled up like that. Wow.
There's Tatum with the three. Buzelis grabs the board.
Well, this hasn't been his quarter so far. He's really struggling to get going.
Pritchard against Giddey. Back to White. Launches it. The shot's good on the assist by Giddey. Giddey's got 5 assists in the game.
And I like how White shot it with confidence. He's reliable beyond the arc.
Now here's Brown. 10 points for him. He buries it from 3.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
Yeah, make no mistake about it. White can really get up. I mean, he enjoys showcasing his athleticism.
Here's Pritchard. Chicago making their last shot. Here's Tatum. Oh, he finds himself wide open and drills it. Tatum's got 4 points this quarter. For Chicago, they've gotten 4 of 7 shots to drop in the third. White with the steal. Driving inside. Yep, count it.
Yeah, you can see White's confidence continue to grow on shots like these. Just sticking it to the defense.
Well, Coach, when you think about the NBA's steadiest contributors, Kobe White deserves a mention.
He sure does, B.A. Players like Kobe White are the foundational pieces that every team needs. He makes smart plays, and he's so consistent. You almost take it for granted.
That's good from White. Well, Grant, you look at the Bulls, middling on both ends. What's their biggest need?
You know, B.A., I think it's length and athleticism. You can't have enough of those type of players in today's game. You look at their activity stats, the steals, offensive rebounds, very much in need of a boost.
Dosunmu outside. Jones with a screen on Brown. Pass to White. The three. And they recover it. Back to Dosunmu. 6 to shoot. Second chance shot. Count the basket. Dosunmu's got 6.
They're winning the battle down low by imposing their will.
Boston's gotten 3 of 6 threes to fall in the third quarter. And here's Brown. Takes a 3. And again, Boston with the triple.
This defense just can't stay connected to shooters.
White against Simons. Here's Dosunmu. And it's good as he snugs it right through the net. Dosunmu's got 6 here in the quarter. 43 seconds left in the third quarter. Tatum passes to Pritchard. Back to Tatum. Fires the 3. Chicago with a rebound.
One reason this game is so tight is because both teams are hitting the boards with reckless abandon.
Pass to Vucevic. Fires from deep. And Pritchard pulls it down. Boston has got 4 of 8 attempts to fall from deep here in the third quarter. Here's Keita. And it's cleared by Vucevic. Vucevic has got 6 rebounds now in the game. Here's Smith. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance at a 3-point play.
Incredible. I mean, high energy in transition. Just beating the defense up the floor.
Yeah, the commitment to run is paying great dividends on the break.
At the line for the Bulls, Jalen Smith, shooting 1.
That's good from Smith. Off the inbound pass. Oh, and he hits it at the buzzer!
A huge 3 allows them to snatch the lead heading into the final quarter.
And at the close of the third quarter, still a close game, both teams putting up points in a hurry. Celtics out in front, leading by 1. After a quick break, we're coming right back with the start of the fourth quarter. And while we have a chance, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'll tell you what, this was a no-brainer tonight. Take a look at the precision on this feed. couldn't place it any better.
Yeah, that's high-level playmaking. He makes it look easy, but it's not.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. Taking a look at the Celtics. The tandem on the perimeter, White and Tatum. Then there's Anthony Simons, and it's Walsh in at power forward. Now here's Tatum, clock at 6. Let's go with a 3. Collins with the rebound.
He continues to let it fly, but the makes have been few and far between.
Smith passes to Giddey. Jones against Simons. To the middle. And Collins with the slam.
Well, look, when you have Jones on the floor, you know he'll run the offense smoothly.
All right, guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for Chicago?
Well, they've really been sharing the basketball. All coaches talk about that, try to get their teams to do it. Really great when you see it in action.
They're also finding a lot of points tonight off transition play, running the floor and using the fast break to beat the defense.
Here's Giddey, following the 3 by Boston. Collins with a screen on White. Kicks it out to Collins. Tried to come right back with a 3 of his own, but it's no good. And it's Simons with the ball for the Celtics. Pass to Tatum. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in. And now it's a 4-point Boston lead. The Bulls shooting around 51%. That's a good number. Jones finds Htere. Now here's Collins, 14 feet away. And again, Chicago, no good. Pass to Walsh. Fires the 3, and the shot is good on the assist by Tatum. Tatum's got 4 assists now tonight.
They're getting torched on the perimeter. 4 of the last 5 buckets have been threes.
And timeout is called by Billy Donovan. He wants their game plan to be crystal clear at this point.
Fans, get excited. It's time for your 3-1-2 crew.
So Chicago going with an almost entire new group here. Nikola Vucevic is checked in for Collins. Buzelis comes in for Okoro. Dosunmu, he's checked in for Herte. And it's White in for Jones. Boston also changing it up. Cada's checked in for Garza. Brown comes in for Jason Tatum. And Pritchard is subbed in for Simons. And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Hey guys, Billy Donovan was just reviewing the plan with his team. He likes the way they're finishing inside. Coach said when we get close, we are golden. They can't stop us in there. Let's keep pounding it as long as we can.
Okay, thanks, Allie.
Coming down the stretch, they've leaned on the perimeter game.
Well, if you're looking to get points in a hurry as the game clock's running down, that's certainly the way to do it.
Vucevic, and he gets it to go.
They're finding ways to get the ball into the paint. 5 consecutive buckets.
Pritchard against Giddey. And the basket is good.
And just executing at a high level. I mean, taking what the defense allows and putting in the work.
Yeah, come on. They're just having their way out there and continuing to press the advantage.
Now here's Vucevic. Tight D, making that one difficult. And it's the Celtics ball. This run now up to 13-2. Here's Walsh, covered by Vucevic. Here's Walsh. It's money from deep.
Here in the second half, they're really focused on stretching the floor.
Yeah, and where has the defense been? They've been content to let them fire away. They've got to close out to the arc.
Booyah! He sinks the triple.
Well, if you're looking for a three-point duel, White's up to the challenge.
Jason Tatum, he's checked in for Walsh. And Joe Mazzulla has called timeout. Coach clearly has something he wants to say to his team right now.
Jason Tatum.
No need to rush here. Take your time.
Take your time. This is where you can reset and try to get a good shot.
Well, look, what makes Tatum special is he helps you in all three phases of the game. Offense, defense, and on the glass.
At the line for two.
Falls for Tatum.
Considered one of the best players in the game right now, Tatum is hungry to win titles to add to his growing legacy.
And so Tatum nails both of them. You know, Grant, for all his competitive nature, Tatum has a pretty calm demeanor. You appreciate that?
Yes, indeed. As a team leader, a father, a role model, and a professional, you can't ask for much better than Jason Tatum. He is the real deal.
Oh, he can't get the layup. Bulls trail by 12. Here's Giddey from downtown. The three is in.
Look, if Giddey can be a consistent off-ball threat, watch out.
And there's 1:38 left to play in the fourth. Here's a pass to Tatum. Pritchard outside. Tatum, a screen on Giddey. Outside Pritchard. Here's Brown. Wow, gutsy finish inside by Brown.
Terrific finish there from Brown. He goes up strong and absorbs the contact.
Now Vucevic. And there's a 3-second violation.
It's so easy to get frustrated when you make mistakes, but you have to keep battling.
Yeah, it's definitely a momentum shifter, but it's time to refocus, make smart decisions, and start fighting their way back.
And so it's Pritchard who brings up the ball for the Boston Celtics.
Well, now it's just a matter of watching the sand fall through the hourglass. This game is wrapped up and a strong showing for the Celtics.
Well, Grant, I don't know if there was one deciding factor in this game, but I'd say shooting accuracy if I had to choose.
Agreed, B.A. They really went after quality looks and shot the ball with confidence.
And so this win marks their first victory of the new year.
And once this game is all said and done, they'll have a healthy 2-0 lead in this season series.
And as it was happening, as it was building, you knew this was a monster game for Jason Tatum.
Well, he was the reliable option for them on just about every possession. So dependable, always making the right decision.
There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock and the game clock.
I don't love fouling right there. He can really hurt you at the line.
Personal foul. Second team foul.
The first one falls.
Derek White. 2 shots.
And so he hits both. Here's Jones. From 13, that's in! Jacks up a 3! Yes, sir, with the 3! And so it's Boston easily grabbing this one. A statement road victory. So impressive.
Statement indeed, B.A. It was in enemy territory, but they controlled the game and took the crowd completely out of it. That's how you win on the road.
All right, let's go courtside to Allie LaForce with our player of the game. Allie, it's all yours.
Thank you. I'm here with Jason Tatum. And Jason, congratulations on the win. What did you like about this team's performance tonight?
Our toughness, and you know, we figuring it out. It's early, but we taking it game by game, quarter by quarter, and everybody contributing. So, you know, I liked it.
Thanks, Jason.
Thanks, Allie. Great interview once again. And that'll do it, folks. For Grant Hill, Allie LaForce, and Coach Stan Van Gundy, this is Brian Anderson. Thank you for watching the NBA on 2K Sports. And as we leave you, here's a look at our player of the game, Jason Tatum.